Yuri.
That's funny. He
Yeah.
does.
Oh, it's recording.
Yes.
Got
It's
it.
recording. Thank you, Yuri.
I got a message.
You're welcome.
I got
Continue.
messages
Thank you,
too.
Bonnie.
Thank you,
Bonnie
Bonnie.
is
Thank you,
sponsoring
Bonnie.
this call.
Yay!
But
Thank
she's
you,
not here.
Bonnie.
Where's
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And thank you, Julie, because you've offered also. Thank you.
Yes, thank you,
I
Julie.
will always help.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank you,
Julie.
Julie.
So
Yeah.
wonderful.
15.
Yay.
We are so grown up.
Yes.
It's amazing how we were a few years ago and where we are now.
Even
It's
if
amazing.
Awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the bottom.
That's right. Yeah.
In a few months, I look at myself and I'm like, I can't even recognize that person.
Yes, it's kind of crazy. The traveling back now our old living ways. It's kind of a a crash of the consciousness.
Magnificent.
Yes,
It's definitely,
Magnificence.
no doubt about it.
Yay. Magnificence.
a lot of change.
Oh.
A lot of
A lot
change.
of change.
Positive change.
Sorry?
Positive change from my.
Positive.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Every way.
Yay.
In every way.
Indeed.
Well, in
Yes.
quantum, there is only positive change. There's no negative change in quantum, right, Peter?
Yes.
Correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The only capability for negative is from our ego conscious.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll
And
agree with that.
if
And the
that
trickster.
goes far enough, it becomes evil,
Yeah.
which is live spelled back.
Oh, there's Judy. Hi, Judy.
Nice. Well put it. As always, Peter. Yes.
How about well lived?
Well, exactly. The
Will live.
we have 15 right now.
16 because we have Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yes,
We have a two-part.
16. Hi, Brian. Yeah, drag him in.
He just took a big mouthful.
The I'm going to be very direct, maybe too direct, but that's my way. I'm going to be
Yay, Peter.
very.
We're used to you being direct, okay?
Oh, Harry's coming in.
Great
Wait
Have you
just
been
a
to any
moment,
of-
Peter. Harry's coming in.
Oh, good.
Harry.
Unmute, Harry. Unmute, Harry.
Oh, I don't see his face either.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
He's working
He
it.
can go leave and come back and, check different things to make sure.
Oh, there
There's
he
Harry.
is.
Hey, look at you, man. Hey.
Yay!
Hi, Harry.
Harry.
I have missed you all,
Me
Each and-
too.
each and
Oh,
every one
I
of you.
love you,
Wonderful.
Harry.
And I love you
Good to
too.
see your face and hear your voice.
I have had
Yay.
a number of challenges. I was attacked and I'm having an operation on me this week.
Oh my.
I have a huge thing on my forehead.
Yeah, we can see.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just been growing and growing.
Oh my.
I don't know how they got into me, but they've been after me for 7 years. So it's not been an easy task for me to live a normal life. I don't even know what that means anymore. But I did miss, I was cut off totally with my, on my computer for a week or so.
Wow.
And could not restore it. I got hit while I was sitting in my chair in the living room by one of the storms that came by the East Coast here, and it went and there was shocks right in my room where I'm sitting here now. The thunder and the whack that I heard was enough to turn your hair red.
Wow.
If you have hair. I just saw a flash of my friend who has a beautiful smile. And it hit in the windows of my double windows that go from the floor to almost the ceiling in the living room here. Those of you that have been at the home here many years ago, how many years has it been, boss?
November of 2014.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Almost 7.
Yeah.
And I was, it was a shock, but at the same time, one of the most beautiful things that ever happened in my life was to meet a lot of the folks who are still here, come to my home. 44, was it, Peter?
46.
46, sorry about that. Anyway, we had my introduction, I recall, was the most, the deepest love that I've ever felt from strangers, would you believe? And everyone, when they left, it was like started on a Friday and finished it on, I guess, Monday. Forced me to have a hug. Of course, I hated that.
Right.
But I'm feeling the love of that. Here several years have passed, and I still feel that love right now. I have tears in my eyes just remembering that weekend.
Sending you a virtual hug right now.
Oh, wow. I
sweet.
feel it literally.
How sweet.
Yeah, quantum
That
love, quantum love.
Quantum hug.
Yes. And quantum love back to each and every one of you from the deepest part of my heart. I share my love with you all.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for all the work, the hard work in joining and being on Telegram also, Harry.
Oh, God bless you.
Made my day. Thank you.
I have never met you, but I feel your love, Harry. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I feel your love. Oh, my goodness. That's so like a nice thumbs up.
Yay, Harry.
Yeah,
Yay, Harry.
Absolutely.
thank you,
Yeah,
buddy.
we love you, Harry.
It's so nice to hear that, because sometimes I feel I'm out of it because of the limited interface that I've been having in the last couple of years, because I'm always on a defense. I know that they're after me, and they have tried many things, and they're trying their best right now to kill me. And it doesn't stop me from helping others. It doesn't stop me one iota to share my knowledge and love for people that I meet on a daily basis.
Wonderful.
It's
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Harry.
for being who you all are. You have, as soon as I hear your voice, it gives me a thrill. I guess that's the only way I can express it, a thrill. And it's just a nice feeling.
It's the same when we hear yours.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Harry.
Oh, yes.
Harry,
Big
we are
gift.
one.
Huge.
We are one.
Yes, I know we
Yay.
are. I know.
We're so entangled, you know that.
Well, that's an interesting word.
Yes.
But I love it. I love it because I feel it in such a deep manner. I just can't describe it, to be honest with you.
When is your operation, Harry?
Thursday.
Do you know what it is?
Well, I've had 2 assessments, one from a beautiful woman that just came to our grouping that I have been involved with, friends with for many, many years. And when I talk to the guy in charge of it, we usually talk about our families and the love we have for everyone. He's on vacation right now, so I got a good chance to meet a new person they just brought up, and she had information and personal knowledge of a very, very high level spiritual group that I hadn't heard of before. And she used to be part of it, as a matter of fact. So I connected with that and eventually had a meeting with them where they worked me over, stripping all the way down to my underpants, and worked on me, and I felt their love and work, and decided to pass me on to another group, and that's the group I'm meeting on Thursday, that have advanced knowledge and capabilities. So I'll let you know after that happens.
Well, thank you, Harry.
You're welcome.
There's success coming. We know that.
Yes, I know
Love you,
that
Harry.
personally. I know that personally, and I'm just, it just takes my breath away to think about the people that have risked their lives trying to stay away and not be captured by these people that are so negative, and they still have power over us in their own ways. They don't have our power, otherwise we wouldn't be together like we are, and guided by Peter.
Very good.
Yeah, and it's more than 5 stars for Peter from the day I met him in my home, and so it's been a thrill just to know that man.
Yes, we all feel the same, Harry.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You can't help it. And it's such a good feeling. Look, everybody smiling when I said that. They were all thinking about, this guy's right. How about
Lovely heart,
that?
Alex.
Yeah, anyway,
For sure.
thank you for welcoming me back again.
Oh,
You're
thank
always
you.
in our hearts, Harry.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like you never left.
We
One to
you-
one.
never left. You never
Yes.
One
left.
to one.
Yeah, you've got a true statement there. Thank you.
You're one. I love you, Harry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Love you,
Stop that. I'm crying.
I love you.
Is Alex
okay.
here? Is Alex here?
Beautiful healing medicine.
I'm right
I was
here.
looking for
I
you.
love
I
you,
heard your
Harry.
voice, but I can't find you.
Can you see me now?
I see you.
There you
I see
are.
you. Beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
I love you, Peter. It's time to get these things off our lovers' heads.
Well, it's so nice to have Harry back. It's one thing to pass the words on. You're in my heart,
Oh, wow.
but it's another thing to be here.
Yes.
And to fight through the technology. We've all had to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot about technology. And that includes professional experience with IBM in positions of leadership. But to me, it's a good thing to know. Four-letter word, KNOW.
Very good.
To go further than that doesn't mean anything. Except to get caught up in errors, to get caught up in beliefs. None of that does any good. But to be used to help others, what? There's nothing greater as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, 1-1.
Well, it's much more than that. It's capabilities from my hand to yours. But unless you use these capabilities daily, they don't do you any good. They're nice to know and they make good cocktail, but they don't do you any good. They don't change you, because to change requires behavior change. And as we get better, the behavior change will get faster. With the stickers we have now are fabulous. Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judy.
Good job.
Judy.
Hey, Judy.
Yay, Judy is right.
And they really do give a sequence. The 14 kind of are useful, helpful. And the 50 are kind of the sequence. And they go together. I just got a note from Bernadette that leads me to believe she won't join the meeting because her daughter is visiting.
We feel her love too.
Yeah, we feel her love. But see, there's beyond love is action. We're all at this meeting.
Direct connection.
And the connection. By being at this meeting, we're all connected.
Peter, I have a question. In my mind, in my understanding, hearing all the problems that were occurring with the Telegram, occurred to me that so many timelines were crossed, and the differences between different timelines and that system were probably creating a number of these oddities that you were experiencing. Is that true?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. A lot of Telegram is happening without any physical connection.
Is it a quantum system?
Yes.
Thank you.
And it really exists for us.
Wow.
Wow.
It started in time. It morphed from Russia to Abu Dhabi. But it's for us.
Just this group?
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
yeah, it's helping a lot of other people.
I'm sure it is.
And it's scaring the heck out of companies like Google and Apple.
Yeah. That's true. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
That's right. Facebook, a lot of people aren't aware that Facebook was started by the Rockefellers.
The what?
Rockefellers.
The
Was started-
Rockefellers,
CIA and all that?
Yep.
right.
That's that other word. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to say it.
No, the original Model T ran on peanut oil, not gasoline.
Really?
It was Rockefeller that changed it to gasoline.
Wow.
So
Peter, just a moment. So it wasn't hemp oil. It was peanut oil.
no, they're separate things, separate stories.
Huh. Would love to hear
Okay.
them.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, well, peanut oil was changed to gasoline by the monopolists.
Yes, of course.
Hemp oil produces Washington, the first president of the US, loved hemp. Hemp is very durable. But when you go and start to subdivide hemp, one of the subdivision is CBD.
Yep.
CBD, if you use it, keeps you in consciousness, makes it harder for you to go to quantum. Stephen,
Sunny,
hi, Sunny.
she's connecting.
Yeah.
Yes.
There she is down there.
Stephen used to smoke hemp oil. He stopped instantly about knowing what it does. An
The
example,
Europeans used to use castor bean oil.
interesting.
For engines, correct?
Yes. For automobile engines, yes. And then motorcycles.
Hi, Sonny.
Hi,
Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Good to see you.
Are your audio on, Sunny?
Yes.
Can we? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay. I'm gonna go on
Sunny,
non.
hey.
There you are.
It's a difficult day for me, so I need to go on non-video for a few minutes to finish up something. But I'll still be
Okay.
listening. I'll be there.
Thank you, Sunny.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Precious.
Yay.
Thank you, Sunny.
We love you, Sunny.
We love. Danny loves you.
Vanessa.
And
We'll see you back in a few.
Yes.
yes.
Some keys to quantum are behavior change. Behavior change. Right now, we are behaving with using our ego and our conscious. Well, You can do that and keep going around and around and around in, somebody give me the
Circles.
word,
Circle.
circle.
Circles.
When we become quantum, when we start on that path, what does a circle become?
Helix.
Helix.
A
Helix.
helix,
Spiral.
right? Upward,
Upward.
spiral, upward.
Oh,
What happens if you don't practice?
You don't go anywhere. You go in circles.
Exactly. Ultimately, you're wasting your cue. You've worked hard for your cue, but you're wasting it. About a third of us are wasting because we're not using daily. About a third of us are on the fence.
on the what?
On the fence.
Hopefully it's a sharp one.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's really good.
That's yeah, I got stuck on one of those, so I know that. I felt that when you said that.
That's great. I love it. Thank you. And a third of us are clearly on the quantum side of the fence. One of those is still fighting our spiritual ego. One.
There's a message from Stephen on Telegram saying he's still working.
And thank you.
Can you tell us which one, Peter?
That person is here.
Is here? Me? Is it me?
Well, I will. It's Diane Joy.
What about me? I'm still what?
Still working on your spiritual ego.
And I'm the only one?
Of the third.
Wow.
But
For
it's
example,
okay. It's okay. You'll come out of it.
Exactly.
Yes.
But to
Never
know
give up.
that is much, how can you fix it if you don't know about it? See, that's part of the way ego works. It is, the trickster is really good. And the trickster holds on as long as any part is still working. Once it stops working, it goes away.
You can't defeat quantum.
Right. Because you can't defeat balanced. You can't defeat growth. You can't defeat endless or forever. And those are the three words. Endless, balanced, which means you've done it, growth. But what happens if we don't practice daily?
Stay in
We
the
don't
circles.
grow.
We don't grow.
It's that powerful. And it's that simple. I'm having medical issues also. My medical issue combines my shunt, doctor capabilities, and determination if doctors are good enough. Doctors have magnificence. They're magnificent. It's doing everything for their growth.
Yeah. How about that?
Because we all have magnificence. We can ignore it. We cannot practice. We can even be backwards, which means live becomes evil. It's our choice. It's not the choice of your magnificence. It is the choice of your personality.
So we're aware, as everyone, that the change is coming, which allows us to experience what a med bed is. So will that be a possibility for the things that we're dealing with?
Well, let's back up. First of all, what did we do at the time of Atlantis?
Make destruction.
Right. We started over.
Right.
So today that means we would kill 7.5 billion. We would develop cave people for about 1,000 years. Then we would choose one of the two cave people, and then we would start growth.
Too late. We stopped doing that.
This time we're doing a hot reset. And instead of 12.5 million years or 13.5 million years, we're going from humankind to kind human in 4 years.
Wow.
That's a big difference.
Huge.
People forget that, but that's the reality. That choice was made in a spaceship meeting that lasted for 9.5 hours. That choice was made by the two hosts.
Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome. And quantum singularity,
Thank you, quantum singularity.
yeah, is the other. And quantum singularity and quantum form are really different.
But you work well together.
Well,
Tolerate.
we've been partners from the beginning. But we're very different. And if you read between the lines, Judy brought that forward.
Now one is tall, one is fat.
Exactly. That's the bottom line. So you've got a tall one and a fat one.
Ancient Chinese, I can picture it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's funny too, because Maxine and I used to pick out pumpkins, and every year she picked out the big fat one and I picked out the big tall one.
That is interesting.
And we would laugh about it. not so fat and not so skinny.
Right.
So your answer, Peter, is straying from the actual point of healing. I'm looking for a real quantum answer, not necessarily an answer, but a reality from how we all feel about where we're at and youthing, and how that will affect this group, because at some future time, I want to be jumping around and riding horses or kicking whatever it is and enjoying my youth. And I know I've heard a lot about these these med beds, and whether it takes 5 times or how many ever to do it, we're going to be able to pay for that and experience the change. Now we're doing it at a quantum level, which is far in advance of everything that we're hearing about. But my question was just, how is that going to fit into what we're doing? Hope I said
It will fit in by one 4-letter word.
love.
Ready for that 4-letter word?
I like love.
Flow.
Flow. Oh, awesome.
Follow the flow. Each of you has a different flow. Follow it.
Flow with love.
Yeah, right. Well, there's multiple kinds of love. Quantum love is quantum love. When you go, quantum love is balanced D love. There are other loves that aren't complete. What's the 1,000th truth that was cleared at Harry's? Quantum love.
Thank you, Peter.
So what else was flow? Behavior change. What good does flow do you if you don't follow it? You can know about it, but that doesn't do you any good. You have to follow it, because by following it, you change your behavior. 2 words, behavior change.
Bottom line, you have to be the flow. You have to become the flow.
And what happens is when you become the flow, your personality has merged with your quantum. So how do you accelerate that merger?
Practice.
Daily practice.
Daily practice.
Exactly.
How beautiful.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you all.
We are starting to become aware of that flow. And the more, the closer we get to the flow, to becoming our magnificent, the more, this is how I feel, the more squeezed is ego and consciousness. So even if we are very, very close, if we still have some ego and consciousness available, they can trick us.
Exactly.
And they will trick us.
Exactly.
And that is, you know, now I am thankful for that, because that that means we go with no errors, and we can only go with no errors, but it's very different. Sometimes when we are practicing, we can feel the flow, and become the flow is something completely
Beautiful.
You know, take flow and spell it backwards.
Wolf.
Wolf. Oh. Yes, the full moon.
There are black wolves and there are white wolves.
There are quantum wolves.
Exactly.
We got to make some rainbow wolves here. You know, Dr. Olson.
Yeah.
My favorite animal is that wolf. All
Be
the
the wolf.
There was a video on the largest animals in the world and how many different types of wolves there are. I actually saw a real wolf come into a dog park, and this wolf associated with nothing, no dogs or anything. It was there with a woman who would allow it he would allow her presence, and also her daughter at home in the residence, but he never associated with any other dog or any other people. But he was such a beautiful animal. I saw it and I said to my wife, "That's a wolf," and she says, "No, that's a husky." And I said, "No, you can feel the difference. Their presence at a higher level is just
Yes.
wonderful. I mean, these are such massive animals when they're in the wild. I saw
Yes.
a woman with 2 wolves around her and a whole pack in the distance. And these 2 wolves would just love on her, and they were bigger than she was. They're massive animals. I mean, you just can't imagine, but the love is there. So we have a lot to learn about how things work.
Oh, yes.
Correct. For example, look at the power of the ego. Look at Dan Joy. Blank. She left. She'll be back. But that's how powerful. The truth really hurts. But do we want to learn the truth, or do we want to stay with our beliefs?
I want to learn the truth. The truth.
Yeah.
The sharp fence.
Sharp fence. Yeah. Ouch.
You know, it has to be done, so we might as well do it, get it over with.
Well,
And the sooner we can do it, the better.
But your awareness has to be deep enough. If it
Correct.
isn't, you're fine. Beliefs. What are the middle 3 letters? Hi, Bonnie.
Lie.
L-I-E.
Lie. Hi, Bonnie.
Bonnie,
Hi, Bonnie.
Bonnie, yay.
she's connecting.
Yeah.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie.
Oh,
Thank you for sponsoring our Zoom call.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
sponsoring it.
love to
Hey,
all.
Bonnie. Wow.
Hi,
Hey,
Bonnie.
Bonnie. We love you.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Wonderful to see you.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Bonnie always says onward and upward, the spiral up.
Yes, yes, she does.
He does. Yes.
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 More than upward.
How is everyone?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
great. Thank you.
Is your new website up and running, Bonnie? The one that Yuri did for you?
We're in process right now, doing some testing. Very, very soon.
So
Very
exciting.
good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's working.
I love the background, Donna.
Hey, Diane Joy is back.
Yay.
Hi, Diane. Yay.
So we have 19 now. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
Yes.
So Peter, I have something I want to say. Maybe people don't know this, but a long time ago, I asked you personally to help me to know when I'm doing something that is against the flow or whatever. And anytime you give me a direction, I never get offended because I know you're doing it. And it helps me. I love it because I accelerate and it gets me on track. And thank you. Thank you, because you do it all the time. I make mistakes all the time, but I'm so happy that you help me to be able to see it clearly, you know, to the bottom, what it is I'm doing that is not quite on track. And then you tell me and I get right on track. It's just magic. It works. Thank you.
It's instant.
Thank you, Wendy.
Yes.
Great teamwork.
Thank you, Wendy, for sharing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wendy,
I
that
would
was
like,
beautiful. I have tears in my eyes. Thank you.
I would like to add to what
Yes.
Wendy said. Well, go ahead, Diane.
Peter, I would like to know also.
You'd like to know what?
When I'm not doing something right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No. That's what we're all about.
It's a breakthrough. Look at this.
Yes. Then Joy.
I enjoy you doing
You're
great.
doing
One.
so,
Yes.
so good.
I have
You're-
worked so hard on this. I don't understand what I've done wrong.
Don't. We all are in the same boat, Diane Joy.
Right.
Yes.
We are all dealing with our wounds and our errors and our mistakes, and we have a lot of them.
Yes.
And
So
Peter
Yes.
what
checks
you're
me all
doing
the
is
time.
just magical. You're an inspiration to me.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And you-
yes.
And you're here.
You're here.
All of
That
you.
is
You are.
And we
Ooh.
love you.
Yes.
Yes.
And
And
we're
you
all
love you.
embracing you
Yes.
because we
Joy,
can.
You're beautiful, and this is a necessary process. You're
And
You're
I love
very
it that
strong.
Peter is the only one in the world that has no bias.
Yes.
He tells us, but he doesn't have any bias against us for that.
Yep.
Nope.
And that
Sometimes,
is
sometimes-
why I listen so closely because
Yep.
I know he loves me when he's
Yes.
telling me something. He's
Yes.
helping me to know
That's true
how
love.
to do it better.
Yes.
And then I can correct so easily. And, you know,
And
a
one
while ago, he told me that I had an ego problem. Well, I asked my magnificence to help me find it. And my magnificence the next morning showed me all of these places I had inside of my house written on electrical areas because he kept mentioning electricity and how it is ego. And I had written some words that were like wrong, like energy in all caps and gratitude and all these things in my refrigerator and on my electrical panels and everywhere because I thought they were good words, but they weren't truths. So as soon as I got rid of those, pretty soon Peter said we weren't using ego anymore. Well, it matters. It
So
just
Peter-
matters.
It does
Little things
matter.
like that. You know, little errors that we're making that we don't even realize we're making. He helps us to see them. So thank you so much, Peter. Thank you.
Thank
Go
you.
go through this.
Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah, thank you.
That was
Thank you,
beautiful.
Wendy.
That was a beautiful share.
Wonderful.
And
Thank
you
you.
know, we know so much people and we have met so much people in our lives, and
I'm laughing because
Hi,
purple.
Purple.
Hi, Purple.
Hi, Purple.
she just came. She
We have-
wanted to
We have
listen to this
20 now.
part of the call.
Yeah, right.
I love that her name is Purple.
She
I
she
love
looks
you,
a lot
Alex.
like a little wolf.
She does.
Want to
Look
add,
at her. She's like,
Does.
get out of the way, Nuno. I need to get up in this camera.
Hi, Purple.
Oh, she's taking over.
I would like to add one thing.
Can I say something? Purple?
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
In regards to follow up on what Wendy said, I had been seeing for a long time what Peter said, don't use marijuana products. And I was using CBD thinking that wasn't part of what he was referring to. And then about 6 months ago, I decided to let go of it. My reason for using it was supposed to alleviate what's the word?
Inflammation.
Yes, inflammation. Thank you. It was supposed to alleviate inflammation, so I was using it for that. But then about 6 months ago, I decided I didn't need it. So it was good to hear Peter tell me that that keeps you from your progress. So I'm so glad I let go of it. And I didn't put together that he said no marijuana products. I thought marijuana that you smoke. And I didn't put together that, what that meant. So a lot of
Yes.
times,
Thank you, Dorothy.
a lot of times you do things not understanding, and that was my lack of understanding of what he was saying.
Well, that's why I asked Peter. Peter, if you could just point some things out, I could probably work towards that versus just not even knowing.
You're making progress without knowing. For example, you used to not acknowledge me until you got tired of that, and then you would say something and I would acknowledge you. Well, I wouldn't acknowledge you until you acknowledge me because of your ego.
Peter, I've been acknowledging you all along.
No, you have not.
With the two with this.
I'm sharing.
Is it the one thing, or is it something else as well?
No, it doesn't take me much to see a problem because I see a behavior change or a current behavior and I look why.
I don't understand that. I mean, I thought I'd been doing that all along. I would never not acknowledge you when I'm acknowledging everybody else.
Believe it or not, you did not. And then it started to change.
I enjoy really
Part
okay.
of the trickster is for us to forget how we actually behave.
Yes, that's hard to look in the mirror sometimes.
Right.
To really, because I get that firsthand. I've always appreciated Peter's directness because I could see a lot of times other people thought it was cruel, but I just knew he was being direct. And I would just go to the mirror and look at the mirror. And if I didn't get it, I didn't get it. But sometimes the next day I got it.
There it is.
There it is.
Alfred's holding it up.
Endless balanced growth. Thank you, Alfred.
Dinah, you're very smart. You have a very high intellect. But you also had an ego. We're now talking about the ego, and you're saying you never used it. But I'm saying you used it all the time.
But it's getting better.
Getting much better.
Much better.
We love you. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't focus on what
Giant
it only
joy.
is. That's only what is. This is is.
That's
Yes.
right.
That's right. The important thing that is that you are doing better. So we focus on that instead of trying to figure out what did I do? Why, when did I not acknowledge Peter? That was in the past.
That's-
So
Yeah, let
now
that
you're
go.
better. So
Hasn't anybody else noticed that I've been doing it all along?
Let all that go.
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
we don't have that capability. Only
Exactly.
Peter has that capability.
Yeah, we
Oh,
never
I see, because you're on
look at
different time.
anybody else and say, oh, they're not acknowledging Peter. No, we don't even know that.
Hi, Scotty.
And
And,
we might
and
have
we
done
all
it
have, and we
also.
all have things that Peter can point out that we're not doing
Ooh.
correctly.
But I'm the only
And
one.
you're not the only one.
No.
I enjoy it. Just
That's
happens
right.
today he mentioned your name. I mean,
Yes,
we're all
I'm
in
the
the
only
same
one
boat.
that's still ego.
No, you're not. Come on.
No,
We are
no,
all
You're
one.
better.
We
You're
are
better.
all one.
you're putting more sugar in the cookies instead of salt. That's awesome.
Hey, that's a twofer, the fence and the sugar.
Peter, you got a word for that, right?
Well, ignorance.
Follow the recipe, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Julie even made a GIF showing the recipe.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank you,
really
Julie.
cool.
That is a really cool gift.
Yeah. Thank you, Julie.
It-
Thank
that
you,
GIF
Julie.
means
Julie.
something for happiness. That word is skipped.
Peter, can I say something?
Indeed.
Yes, I think I'm the newest person in the group. And from my understanding, we all are using ego at a certain moment.
Correct.
And for me, I can say it is because we fear the changement.
Correct.
So that fear makes our ego be stronger and repeat and stay in the same behavior. So for me, I don't think it's something bad. And being aware of the presence of the ego, being the big, weak, spiritual, or whatever, it's good because you can only fix something when you know that it's present. You can only have the answer when you have the question, basically saying. So I
And
don't know.
the very first home webpage entry, it talks about gradually reducing your dependence
Yes, it does.
on ego, conscious, mind, thought, brain.
Yes, and every time I read that line, it just gently flows away. Just keep reading the home webpage.
So, Deborah, that is really recognized. It's a gradual process. But if you don't start changing your behavior, not you, anybody,
Yeah.
you stay the same. You do not grow. Grow is behavior change. Grow is because we practice. If we know but don't practice, we don't grow.
Need that balance.
Correct.
With humbleness.
If you guys are doing great, you're smart people, you're smart personalities, you're growing, you're changing. Endless balanced, which already assume it's a big difference, the word balanced versus balance. That's something to know about. But something to do is balanced. And what do you want to do? We're all one, right? So grow as all of us. It's also each one of us. But we're all one.
Doing many different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And when I wake up in the morning, a lot of times the fear and the ego is so huge. And if I let it get a hold of me, I probably wouldn't get out of bed. But I don't let it get a hold of me. I just keep saying endless, balanced growth, whatever it takes. And I practice the surrogacy and I practice everything. And then I talk to Peter, I talk to quantum singularity, and I tell my magnificence, please show me how to grow. And every day it might be finding one little rock, one little shell hidden somewhere that of old beliefs, old things. And I keep moving forward. And every day I can feel the endless balanced growth. And it is gradual, but I have a big, nice foothold now. It feels nice. Thank you, Peter.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you for your directness. Yeah.
Good job, Peter.
Peter, you're doing a wonderful job, Peter.
Yes.
You too. We must say that. I know
Yes.
you know that, and you must know, but you're doing a wonderful job. Diane Joy, just to say something to you. You know that I'm not even sure if men really walked on the moon. They might have, but they might have not. And this is way beyond that. What you're doing is way beyond walking on the surface of the moon. So give yourself some big round of applause and credit, and be amazed with who you are and what you're doing, because most of the people on this planet is not doing at all what you're doing at all, and you are doing it every single day.
Yes.
And you are so brave, you're still here.
Yes, it's no small
You
thing.
still keep going.
And you're growing immensely day by day, so don't ever think less of you. Never, never, ever. It's just it's just a big task. That it is. And it's the biggest. We are going all the way. We are not just, just going for a few rounds. We are going all the way. And that was never done until now. And you are doing it.
Peter, I'm sorry. I love you, and I always have, and I don't ever think that I've never wanted to hurt you or anything. Not my acknowledging you. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm never doing that. Honestly, I don't.
I understand. Let me just review a little bit about myself. Quantum singularity, and I kept saying, do we have enough awareness? And the answer was no. We did that for 200 supercycles. Remember, each supercycle is for 34 zeros. We did it for 200. And then when we stood at 14,500, the answer went from no to yes.
What was the question again, Pete? Say the question again.
Enough words.
Enough word, total words.
Do we have enough awareness?
Awareness.
Aware.
That's what I do.
So at 14,500 super, the answer on awareness flipped from no to yes. And we started out as a team to gain experience. So we went from awareness to awareness plus experience. Then we got too big and we went to multiples. You, each one of you, is a multiple. But we're all one. But we're not all one if we behave separately. If we don't change our behavior, if we don't practice each day, and now we're coming back to oneness. And we are the ones that are doing that, the cues. Let's talk about Christina, for example, my oldest daughter. Her personality cannot handle, and so she is dropping out. Noreen dropped out. There are many that don't even participate, about a third. They're dropouts. It's one thing to have to label. It's totally a different thing to change your behavior. And to change your behavior, you have to practice. If you don't practice, you don't change. And if you don't change, you don't grow. It really is so simple. But you can't be lazy, because lazy people do not change.
In the past,
Joy,
I'm sorry.
Diane Joy. I believe, and this might be wrong, but I believe that deep down in the inner core of every one of us, we are indeed quantum. However, each one of us also has layers of ego consciousness over that needs to be observed and known and discarded, allowing our innate quantumness to appear. We see that physically by a behavior change. And that's why we are all many of one. It is a matter of whether we will allow ourselves to see that and be a capital B, capital E, that quantum self. That's my observation.
Well said.
That's well said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you are quantum, Diane Joy. You are quantum. It's just a matter of seeing and feeling that ego that's covering the core of your quantum and recognizing that.
And And you cannot be compared to anyone else because you
That's
are
right.
unique.
You are unique. You're
And-
unique.
and that is your own celebration time. Is for you. You are unique, and this is all of your unique parts. So it's something to celebrate. You are doing the job. You are doing the work.
We can't do without you. We really need you.
And another thing is that Diane Joy, we are now.
Yes.
And so I would like to ask you to celebrate
Now.
now.
Yay, well said.
Who you are right now. That's right.
Now. There is
The
nothing else.
beautiful, wonderful, loving
Diane Joy.
you now.
Q, Diane Joy, Q.
You, quantum love. The
Also,
past is gone.
What?
also the fact that this awareness is here now means things will now change.
Correct.
It's already, you're still here. Awesome.
Yeah, you're here.
So
You made it
wonderful, Diane
through.
Joy.
You did it.
Yay.
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 You'll have a
And
new
you
recipe.
don't have anything to be sorry for.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh,
It's in the past.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I hope you feel our love that we have for you as well,
Yeah.
because we're right behind you and with you, and we love you.
Yeah. Onward and upwards.
Spiral.
Yes.
What do you say, Bonnie?
Word onward and shine on.
That's the
Oh,
China.
shine on. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Peter, maybe sometimes you just don't see it because 3 times I acknowledged you yesterday. And you finally acknowledged me at the end. So I think that it's a matter of not seeing everything when everybody's posting.
We all have a different focus.
And not everybody's on at the same time. Like I have actually
Exactly.
seen Peter on and put his name in the 2 exclamation points to acknowledge him in case he had just gone off. And then when it came back on, of course, I'm way up here somewhere on the scroll thing. So then later on in the day, I do the same thing again. He still doesn't see me. And then I put it in yet. And I was so happy when he actually responded, when you actually responded, Peter. So I think that it's a matter that I'm not trying to defend something I didn't do. That's what I did.
Diane Joy, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I'm so sorry. Everyone needs it.
You've nothing to be sorry about. We admire you.
No.
We admire you.
What a strong woman. Wow. You work with her and see how you can change the perception of what we're doing. This is awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Each of us has different gifts, and your connection with each of us is much appreciated. All of you.
Yes, yes, yes. Yay.
Yay, yay for that. So
Yes.
that's all the uniqueness
Mhm.
and how each one of us has a different perspective. And it's sometimes not easy. We didn't say it was going to be easy, but
Oh, no.
heck with easy. It's simple and just keep going.
Easy.
It is
And how-
simple.
and how we
It's not
use it,
easy,
and how
but
we
it's
use it.
simple.
Yeah.
How we use it.
And
Yeah.
also, we have to, this is practice for us because this is what looks like dealing with someone who has no bias. And
Yes.
it's really very different to deal with someone
Yes.
like Peter, no bias, and
And I
and
asked Peter, I wanted to
one
know which one of us
like
what
Peter.
was. And I'm very glad that you are direct because it takes courage to want to know for yourself. And so this is good practice for all of us because we love each one of us immensely, even all the people that left. I know
They're not-
they'll be back. They're not gone.
Oh, they'll be back.
I still miss them.
They are just sorting through some gaps.
Yep. Yep. I even read today, because we have a lot of hurricanes coming down the coast, and I'm expanding my vocabulary because I never was that good in school. But anyway, the riptides are found in the gaps. Isn't that interesting? In the ocean and in lake and in the Great Lakes also. That's how they worded it. And I was like, oh, I get that. Now I know where to swim if I get caught in one.
Right, right.
Wonderful.
Good one.
Yeah.
I appreciate directness.
Me too.
Because
Me too.
It's not always
Yeah.
fun, but I appreciate it. It's
Yep.
easier way out than sugarcoating it.
Yep.
yes,
Yeah, if you're caught in a riptide, you swim to the side until you get out of it.
Yeah.
We all swim.
And you also-
Floating in flow. How we-
Maybe
how do we do
Diane
that?
Joy is in a riptide right now and she just needs to go like that.
Well, it's a new experience, I think,
Yes.
personally.
It is.
I don't focus on anything ever. I just accept it. Somebody tells me they're hurting. I said, well, where does it hurt? And I press on the other side and it heals it. I mean, it's just that way. You have to know that you don't focus on anything. Never, except the advancement that if we focus on quantum, then it's a wonderful thing. It directs us. But Peter has given us such a tremendous encyclopedia of things that work. I only want stuff that works. Excuse me.
tools,
Truth. Yep.
wonderful tools,
Quantum tools.
quantum tools. Yes.
Yay.
Camera. Oh, you're kidding.
A lot of times it helps to ask your magnificence if you have a question about what Peter said.
Yes. I do that. Yes.
Well said. Yeah.
Yes. I also ask for other people to speak up because a lot of times like just what somebody else says is exactly what went through up in me, but I could never bring it out always as like you just did, Wendy. You have a gift where you can put it quite simply, which is very helpful to all of us. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a family of talkers.
Oh, you become a listener then, do you?
I just say one word and I'm done. I try to.
I appreciate all the questions that Judy comes up with too. Thank you, Judy.
Yes.
Welcome. I'm learning just like everybody here.
Yeah.
We all
We
are.
all are. Yeah.
But it's like your paragraphs are so succinct. Is that the word? Like they're
Yes.
so like concise and like I'm always like, wow, that would be 3 pages of my words. And she has this one
Me
little
too.
paragraph. You go, girl. Thank you.
When
Nice to see everybody.
when I post a thought, I can never know because my heart wants to say one thing, but I can not find the words to say it. And all I can say is happiness and joy and love and the wonderful things that we are experiencing. So we all have different gifts and I appreciate what you all do at such a high level. I mean, it's just wonderful.
Thank you, Alfred.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Right back at you. Absolutely.
Oh, high five.
As Diane.
High
Lynn-
20, high 20.
Ken.
Peter, explain 20. High 20, quick.
As Diane Lynn says, our happy place.
That's right.
That's sweet.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The telegram is the happy place.
Magnificently magnificent.
Yes.
Now that I know it's quantum, that's awesome. Yeah, the quantum is adjusting in every reality, isn't it, Peter? And,
Yeah.
and the telegram is, it's like, it has to figure out how to make it work for itself where we are so that we can experience what it wants to tell us.
Right.
It's amazing. I mean, it's a living thing, isn't it?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Very much.
Sentient.
Mhm.
Sentient.
Sentient.
And about the stickers, the flashcards again.
Oh, yes.
It's like that. It's spreading through the quantum of everybody. I never, almost never, show a sticker, one of our stickers to someone, but I'm helping some people also with healing and growing. And the last Saturday I was with this person, this friend of mine, which I'm helping, and the one that came up with the spiral a few days ago, and I was kind of trying to explain a little bit the history, you know, the quantum profound steps and all of the steps we did to get where we are, you know, in a way that he would at least get some of it. And I was drawing like an elliptical form, and one end is where we started and the other end is where we are now. And I eventually said, look, and we are over, how do you say this? We are, when you say the consciousness, we are overriding consciousness and we are dissolving the separation and the delay. And immediately he said, yes, till we are a dot. And I said, yeah, that's it. You get it. He got that again. The first time he drew a spiral, and then he came to a dot, and then I showed them. Only then I showed them, look, this is the endless dot. And this is why we talked about the dot. It's the existence, the one dot, the endless dot. And it was amazing again, because I was not talking about the dot at all, and it got there. So it's getting through people.
Like I said, everyone is quantum underneath it all. We are. It's just a matter of getting ready to the dross. It's overlying.
We are realizing that finally. And we have the tools and the strength, the quantum strength to do it now. We just need to, you know, the self-choice.
I've mentioned Q60. We may go to Q100. I don't know yet. But we won't do it until it's right.
We know you have it down, Peter.
It kind of sounds like flow, Peter.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to make mistakes? Raise your hand.
You can learn more.
In a way, we learn a lot though through any of those mistakes. Either we don't want to make them, but we we sure do learn.
We want to be aware of them. We want to be aware of them.
Yes.
Peter,
Yeah, I do
Peter,
want
we
to be
got to experience filaments. How do we fill up the filaments?
We are connecting the dots.
Emphasize enough the importance of daily practice. If you're not practicing daily, you're not growing.
Thank you, Peter.
Very true.
A good reminder.
We're going to let you take a break, Peter.
Peter.
Well, does anybody have any questions?
You know, Peter, in the beginning of the call, you mentioned you were speaking about today I'm going to be blunt, or and you want to
Correct.
share something, and then we started this conversation, and so I want to make sure whatever you wanted to share in the beginning, that you wanted to be blunt about something. Can you share? Well, we can take it,
He said he wanted to be direct.
Yeah, we have a big
Oh, I'm sorry. Direct.
Now, I am in the process of growing also every day. Doctors
Beautiful, Peter.
magnificences, just like you and I. So one of my choices is whether to use doctors, but that depends on their magnificence. And if they aren't ready, then I'll become 33 using the ships.
We don't want to lose you, Peter.
You won't lose them.
Thank you so much.
As you know, on the home webpage, there's a place for me when I'm 33.
Yeah.
That will be because I went to the ship.
We will not be offended if you all of a sudden showed up as a 33-year-old, Peter.
And I appreciate that. But there's one fact. Those doctors are good. They went to Chicago. They know each other. They have magnificence. If they're ready, then I'll use them. If they're not ready, I'll go to the ship. I will go to the ship in either case.
Of course.
So when
An
you
eventuality.
see me as a 33-year-old, that will not be done without going to the ship.
And when will you know about the doctors from Chicago?
They are counseling now. When they see each other, they will make an offer. They'll either say we can't do it or we can do it. But here are all things that can happen.
Thank you.
So
for
they
sharing.
might just say, Peter, we suggest New Jerusalem.
Exactly.
No, because I have 7 ships in Colorado and 12 in Lake Tahoe.
Under
the sand dunes.
The Arcturian ships?
There are 12 in Lake Tahoe below the water.
Oh.
And there are 7 in Colorado.
Under the sand dunes?
6 are in the sand dunes. 1's in Hoover.
Wow, in Hoover. That's cool.
Yeah. So 6 or 7 plus 12 is 19.
So what in the world is the question?
The question is when.
When? There's
The
no
thing
type.
to remember is
No
the
type.
doctors have magnificence too.
Right. Peter, my concern for you, can you hear me?
Mhm.
My concern for you is if not, well, probably not if, but are you sufficiently shielded, I guess? My concern for you is the cabal targeting you, somebody of your caliber, doing what you're doing for all of us. That's my concern. I'd like to hear from you on that topic.
He's crying right now.
It's okay. Yeah, well, we love Peter.
And I mean, we're all one. How can you not love each other?
Indeed.
Great answer.
And we have choices. How are those choices going to turn out? I don't know. I don't know.
Experience filaments.
Right.
You're allowed to get young. It's okay.
Thank you.
Amen.
And
Yeah. When I see your head on the home webpage, when you first put it there, I went, whoa, what the heck's that? Now I just do surrogate work every day, and I see you with a full head of hair and blonde. Were you blonde? Sort of?
It was dirty blonde.
Okay. Well,
Or dishwater blonde.
Good job.
Or
Good
Like
job.
mine.
Here, let me see how this. Try and share.
Peter, well, you know what the doctor's opinion is going to be by the next quantum call in October?
I can't get to my screen.
what were you working on before Cindy made that comment?
I was going to show you a picture of
you?
Of me.
Oh,
when
cute.
I was leaving high school.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
We know the picture of you with, is that you and Nell on the beach in
Yes.
Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii, I thought so. That's how I picture. I don't know how old you were there, but I do the surrogate work, and then I'm like, I add the hair too. What the heck?
Thank you, Alex.
That's really cute.
Pink skin and hair.
Complete work.
Yeah, because you go right to visualizing the finished effect. I know,
Right.
I know that's how it's done. And so I figured I'll practice. Every little bit helps. We're all one.
Yes.
So, and there's a lot of capacity in a situation in the future. We have 19, I have 19 ships, which means you
Yay.
have 19 ships. Getting young is not our problem.
We are
Some
so
of us
blessed.
probably,
Thank you, Peter.
some of us probably have our own ships.
No.
No? Okay.
Nice try.
We're more one than you realize.
Okay.
See,
Well, that's good.
if the answer was yes, then you have separation.
Ah.
Wow.
So if I remember driving a ship, it was one of yours.
And yours too.
One of ours.
One of ours. Oh,
One of ours.
One,
We
ours.
won. We won.
one
Yeah.
of many.
Okay. That's good.
Right. Many of one, that's the way.
I just had a vision when I was like 19 or 20, and now I know what it was. I was driving. It was like this a little ship thing. It wasn't your normal vehicle.
And
Well, we have 12-seat transports already. Bonnie knows about this, but they're already there.
12 what transports?
12C transports.
12
SEAT?
Transport.
Like
For
airplane
us.
seats?
to
Like
use.
aircrafts,
Oh, a smaller
Like a-
version, smaller
yes,
versions?
like like a
SEA.
plane, like a
No,
plane,
they'll
Peter.
be- I mean, we even modified them so that they would hold golf clubs. They've been through all the testing and
So we can use these?
they're ready to go.
All
But
right.
each one of you will have that.
Wow. Oh,
I
cool.
mean, how is it simply, can you get to people faster with your own ship?
Yeah.
You can get any place migration in 16 minutes? Or do you want to use commercial airlines? and
Sorry.
and
No,
the-
when I was in my little practice ship, it was like I could zoom anywhere with that.
Yeah. So the ships are already developed. They're 15 ready to go. We know how to make that as many as we need.
Peter, I shared it already with you. I've been dreaming about being on ships. Lately, the dreams that I remember, it's very vivid. It's like really vivid experiences. And I'm in ships, like elevators, and I really feel a physical sensation of acceleration. I share that with you on Telegram. When I wake up and I remember, I don't quite understand, with my conscious mind, brain, what it is, but I know, like, I wasn't on a ship. Can you just, I don't know, validate that for me or confirm or tell me something about it?
Deborah, you speak 8 languages, right?
Yes.
That's a lot. It takes big intellect. You're going to have dreams of the future because you're ready for them. It's that simple. If you weren't ready for them, you wouldn't have the dreams because they would give you fear.
Mhm. In the last one, I was very fearful because I had to go into this elevator. As I told you, I had to go to the 5th floor. So I didn't go on the first round. When the doors opened, I didn't go in because I couldn't. And on the second time the doors opened, I went in, and I thought I was going up, but then I just dropped, like really, really fast in a way that I lost all breath, and then I got to the 5th floor. But then I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
No, it's very significant is the 5. What is 5?
Growth.
Growth.
Yes, growth.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then I was a little bit worried because I said growth, but downwards. So
Maybe see the direction. It's you are now. You are not up or down. But when you had a number, it was growth.
Right.
That's the key thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So none of us really have space. Space is part of what is there to distract us.
Yes. Right.
Planets, space. TARDIS means, some people call me TARDIS. Well, that translates to all solar systems, all planets.
That makes sense.
It's not real. The only thing that's real is now.
Now. If you'll excuse me, I apologize. I have to go down and relieve the gentleman in the museum. And I love you all. And this is.
We love you, Jilly.
Really expansive.
Thank you, Julie.
Conversation.
Jilly.
Enhanced balanced growth. I love you all. Love you, love you, love you.
Love
Thank
you
I
you.
love you, love you, love you, love you.
Julie.
Thank
I
you.
really-
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you, Jill.
Yeah, it's like
Bye.
hour and
Happy day.
Happy days.
Yay.
Happy days are here again.
Have a wonderful day, Julie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been hour and 45 minutes, so. I
Thank
think-
you, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
been
Thank you, Peter.
good call.
So are
Beautiful.
we
Thank you,
meeting
Peter. Thank you,
again
everyone.
October 3rd?
Hmm?
October 3rd?
October
Next
3rd is the
call.
first Sunday.
Okay,
Oh, the next call?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What is
Nice.
the first Sunday of October?
3.
Third.
The
October
third.
Hmm?
1, 2,
Third.
3.
1, 2, 3. No new
Balance.
balance.
Oh, yeah.
Balanced.
3.
We can't be. What day is our next call?
October 3rd.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Very okay.
It is done.
More than okay. Thank you so much.
Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
you,
Yuri.
Peter.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Alfred.
Thank you.
Bye.
We
Love
love
you
you,
all.
Diane Joy.
Thank you,
Love
you.
Peter
Bye.
Olson.
Thank you all.
Nice to see you all.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Bonnie.
Nice to
Thank
see
you
you,
all for
Alex.
your-
Exactly.
Thank
Nice
you,
to
Harry.
See you, everyone.
Thank you
Yeah.
all
Thank
for
you,
your
Harry.
generous.